There was a few situations where you'd hit someone with it, it'll go and cool down, but they're still down.
Yeah, and so that was kind of an edge case scenario that would happen, and so we made sure that we caught that edge case so that now if you were to use your ultimate, they're either going to live or you're going to get the cooldown back.
Fantastic. So Capri, a little update for him. Onwards to the rest of the amazing balance changes. Mercury, General, changed art for target is to Roman.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't.
Was this a Reddit thread?
No, actually wasn't. It's not the
You missed
Shivalanke.
something, Reddit.
It's not the
You missed
Shivalanke dark count. It's just something we noticed, and so we fixed it.
So we just fixed it ahead of time?
Yeah.
Look at us being proactive.
We headed it off.
Wow. Best patch ever. Anyway, on to the main thing in the balance to talk about. And a few people have known about this, and we've mentioned it a few times now, but we may actually have a new god in the game that has been in the game for a while, but he's now actually a god worth playing.
Well, yeah, basically.
Yeah. And his name is Amuzan Raven.
This is obviously how we talk
Talk to me about why we changed Raven.
Okay, so Robin was basically a character that we had a lot of hopes that he'd get into the fight and mix things up, and so when we found out when he actually kind of got played, he would jump in. He couldn't really do as much, stick to the targets he needed to do. He wasn't as big of a threat as we were hoping he would be, and so we've kind of gone back and we updated his animations.
So,
now he
does he use both hands?
uses both hands.
That's a
now.
buff in itself. You don't need anything else.
As well as he can now get into the fight more. When he enters the fight, it's more impactful, and when he's in the fight, he's going to be able to stay there longer and stick to people better.
Well, let's talk about exactly what changed in his kit then to make his auto attacks increase the damage a little bit and makes it feel like a bit more damaging in terms of his in-hands.
Yeah, so now he's going to feel like he has a little bit more weight behind his punches when he actually lands those punches.
Okay, cool. So that's just the one thing to talk about with that. But it will combine nicely with how his passive is going to be now as well. Because we've also had a look at the passive here, Chain of Blows. It's been changed to now, it doesn't give you the extra damage on your 1 anymore when you get to 8, is that correct?
Correct.
Instead, what it'll do is successful hits from basic attacks or abilities increase Raven's combo chain. Each time his combo chain reaches 8, he receives a shield equal to 6% of his maximum health. This may stack up to 3 times. 3
Yeah,
times?
3 times.
No wonder you banned him in ranked. 3 times?
Nope, he's going to be able to stack that up and make sure that when he gets into a fight, this kind of rewards him if he's building tanky, right? It's his maximum health, so if he's building a little bit more health and stuff, it's going to be more impactful. If he's built damage, 18% on, like, no tank items probably won't be as impactful. But this is meant to give him the tool that he needs, like, when he's entering a fight to be able to survive. When he's constantly in a fight, when he's hitting a whole bunch of people, he gets rewarded for it by getting another shield. It's really the tool he needs to actually persist in a fight.
And as a warrior as well, like in the solo lane, you're going to want to stack that up to fight the opponent, but in the jungle as well, you get your 3 passive stacks of it up, then go and gank because you've got that extra health. So I can see that one being quite useful. The 2, I always forget the name of it, but it's the bicycle kick. We've not changed that one at all.
Nope, that hasn't been changed. That's the only skill that hasn't seen a change.
Only one that's not seen a change. So bicycle kicks will stay forever. I like that skill already, so it's fine. But the Prana Onslaught, his 1 has changed. And I'm going to read this off because it takes a little bit of reading with this because there's quite a few things. The range has been increased from 15 to 20. The damage has increased from 200 at max rank to 300 at max rank. Physical power scaling increased from 80% to 95%. Slow increased from max rank 20% slow to 25% at max. And the duration of the slow has also increased from 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Do we need to change anything else if we just did all that to 1 skill?
Well, I mean, he lost a whole bunch of power from his passive, right? So we needed up the damage there, as well as we need to give Robin the tools to stick to someone effectively.
And you can see that slow effect there on Ra as well. Just looking to stack up the passive, you'll see the shield generation as well when he hits 8 there. Oh, you won't because you can't see the actual health. Ignore me. I'm talking rubbish just like Bart would. I'm right in his footsteps now. And now you can just see him looking for the slow. Robin. So he's still... He's doing more damage right now, right? That's the big key. Or is it the same because we changed his passive?
It depends on the situation. It depends if you had max stacks or not. Okay. Overall, you're probably going to see more damage out, and especially more utility of sticking to targets.
But I mean, the big key here is that I can see we increased the damage from 200 to 300 at max rank, but I guess that's to play off against the passive change that we hit there. But he's also got increased physical power scaling, so if you build more damage...
And so you'll actually kind of see this as a theme as we go through the rest of the changes. Actually, you're more rewarded for building tank versus damage. If you build tank, you got that max shield. If you build damage, you got a little more increased scaling. And again, that's a little bit of a spoiler of things coming up. But